Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome to another Fired Up KC podcast. And as you can see, I'm in a new location. I got my co-host here with me, Z.
Hey, what's up, Casey? How are you feeling?
Doing good. How you doing today?
I'm good. Not really feeling the weather though. It's snowing now. It's sunny.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's really cold outside, but it's really warm in here. So I'm kind of sweating, which is kind of weird. But anyways, without further ado, I want to introduce our guest we have today. But wait, before you ever go there, you have to subscribe to the channel, right? They gotta subscribe.
Yeah, you gotta subscribe, like us everywhere, follow us everywhere. At
Fired
what?
Up KC.
Fired Up KC.
Yeah, you already
right.
know.
Yeah.
So we're in a new location. Just trying to try this out. We got a Zoom going on. We got in person. We're trying to hybrid it. We're doing the hybrid. So for our first guest today, we have Rachel Renee in the house. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. We got you. You are the biz whiz that I know. We're gonna get into that. And we got Logan Freeman, the real estate guy himself, the investment guy himself. How you doing, Logan?
Hey, I'm doing great, energized and ready to rock and roll.
Let's get it. But without further ado, first of all, Rachel, give us a brief bio about yourself and how you got to where you are today.
Okay. Hi, nice to see everybody. My name is Rachel Renee, and I am the owner of Goat Moves Industries Incorporated, which is a global marketplace that provides day-to-day services. And I'm originally from Kansas City. I moved to Los Angeles in 2003. Lived in Vegas for a couple years, unfortunately. And then,
Vegas.
right. And then came back to Kansas City in 2019.
Sweet. What about you, Logan? Give us a bio real quick.
Yeah, I grew up in Jefferson City, Missouri, played collegiate football, just briefly in the NFL, moved back to Kansas City, Missouri. I've called KC home for the last 8 years or so. I'm a married man with 2 beautiful young kids, and I'm one of the owners of FTW Investments, and we are owners and operators of commercial real estate across the Midwest.
Yeah, I see back there. You got invest for the win. We're about to invest for the win today. Z, how about you lead us in this question? We got a bunch of questions, but how about you? You lead us. Let us feel the lead today.
Okay. So, what are some trends that you're seeing in the industry right now?
The prices are going up. That's what I see. That's
Yeah,
trend I see.
definitely.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, everybody was kind of, trying to figure out what was going on, at the beginning of COVID and kind of wondering where the housing industry was going to go. And, I think that, with what happened at the Federal Reserve and they kept interest rates really low, and that allowed a lot of people to have a little bit more income if you were in certain buckets of the economy, and that allowed folks to then have a big, opportunity to purchase homes. And I think that people notice that they may want to live somewhere that's a little bit different than an apartment complex. And so we saw a lot of people kind of moving into the single family home, for owner occupant reasons. And the same reason, I mean, we saw the housing industry on the multifamily side really get very competitive. I think there was a halt there from March until about September in 2020. And after that, I mean, really folks said, okay, I think the uncertainty is really, kind of cleared up, and real estate's not going anywhere. And it seemed like a really great investment compared to other alternatives. And so we saw a lot of capital flowing into that market. So, for example, in Kansas City, an apartment complex in 2020, we could buy for $45,000 to $55,000 per apartment door. Those same apartment complexes are $85,000 to $100,000 a door now. And so it has gotten really competitive, not just on the single family side, but definitely in the commercial side as well, the last 15 months.
So, last question for me. Is it a seller's market right now, do you think?
Well, it was a seller's market. Yes, it's still a seller's market. I do believe that. Interest rates have gone up. That will affect certain individuals. But there is a big demand from large real estate investment trusts and private equity firms that are buying up single family homes. And so, as fast as builders can put them up, I think people are buying them up. And, unless interest rates get to 5.5% or 6%, I think the demand is going to be pretty strong. But tracking prices and tracking kind of new interest, new mortgages out there in the marketplace right now, we have seen a downtick the last 45 days. And so I think it will cool off a little bit. But if you are a seller and you have a single family home in a good area, I think there's still a really big, demand for that type of product. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the interest rates go to like 5 point something percent for the first time in a long freaking time. So like it's really getting good right now. Rachel, I want to ask you this because I know that with you, you're also in being able to help, go from a steady maybe and then a job you're doing to actually becoming free from being able to get your own money and get your own hustle on. What and who is your target market and who do you help? Because I've said that with you and you put me through a lot of it. I'm just like, I did not know this. Put me on who is your target market and who have you been able to kind of through your process of learning and giving up? What has that been like for you?
Okay, so I understand what you mean. So my target market, I mean, honestly, is the world, commercial and residential. Like I tell people, especially the people that I work for, I'm like, think Amazon, but services, and, I'm fortunate enough to one of my partners and, Isaac Wambua, shout out Africa Connection.
Isaac's the man.
Isaac Wambua, he's from Kenya. We have a lot of good connections. I have a lot of good family in Nigeria. So, what I would suggest to people is just get creative with your resources, get creative with how you show up for your business. There's no right or wrong way to do for your business, and same thing, like I was like everybody else when COVID hit, I got fired, I got laid off, and I didn't know I started Instacart and DoorDash, and I was a notary. That's how I know too about the interest rates. I was doing notary, I was doing any and everything to obviously live, but fund my business. And as you continue to walk that path, you will be surprised how things will open up for you. The success, the resources will find you.
Yes.
And then to answer your question, as far as the resources and how I kind of got into consulting. So I love helping people just in general. I went through a lot of personal struggles myself. So I feel like, if I've already walked off the cliff, you don't need to. I like to provide the easy route. So, I'm a researcher, I'm a digger, I'm the person that reads the fine print on things, and I'm gonna get the information because it's been done. So clearly it can be done. Yeah. With the entrepreneurs now, it's like everything else in life, like the world, people, we all go through phases. Like the entrepreneur today is not the entrepreneur 50 years ago. So I say all that to say, like, the way you show up in the world, the way you show up in business, the way you lead by example is everything. And I feel like COVID illuminated that for everybody. And now, mind you, I don't know his story, but a lot of entrepreneurs share this. Like, I've been fired from more jobs probably than more people have worked in their entire life. No cap. I'm so serious. Like, I've had I started working when I was 18. As soon as I graduated, I'm 29 now. I've had probably easily 40 to 50 jobs.
Oh my God.
Serious.
Oh my God.
I'm so serious.
You have been racking it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they should give you a platinum card for jobs.
And that's probably too why I couldn't get a job after the pandemic, because the universe was like, you jobbed out, you maxed out, you can't get no more.
Damn.
No more jobs for you.
So Logan, how did you get into investments? How did you get into real estate? Run us down to how that all started. How did you start investing to win?
Yeah, absolutely. FTW Investments is our last names, but also obviously stands for the win. So we got Freeman, Tuck, and Webb for the win. I've got two business partners. 5 years ago, I was fired from my last job, and my wife said, you know what? You need to go ahead and follow your dreams and get into real estate. And so I had a lot of support from her, but, I was fired. And so I said, look, I think it's time that I need to figure out how to be in control of my financial future. And I always knew I wanted to get into real estate. And, it just so happened that a couple opportunities fell into my lap at that time. I was fired. I had an opportunity to join a firm that was representing a $50 million fund here in Kansas City. I got to work with those guys, learn a lot, and took that knowledge to kind of building my own business, which is what I've been doing the last 3 years or so.
I want to talk about the GOAT move. So, what was the vision that came for that? The upcoming of the brand, the vision, all that. Give us a background about what this is, what you're trying to do.
Okay. That is a great question. So the name GOAT Moves, and I get this all the time because they're like, what is that? So there's a sentimental story behind it. Long story short, when I came back to Kansas City in 2019, a couple months before COVID, I was helping my uncle, one of my favorite uncles, with some personal matters. And he told me, he said, dang, niece, you be pulling GOAT moves. And I was like, what? I said, I like that. And so, it just kind of caught my ear. I never heard that. And then I'm also a Capricorn too. So I was like, I'm literally the GOAT. So I love it. And literally the day that I got back to Kansas City, he died. So,
wow.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Wow. That went left.